And
Ramble.
we're in the ramble.
Oh,
right.
man.
I enjoyed it.
Time to loosen up, dude. Time to get loosey-goosey. I got to remember not to hit this table. We got new microphones.
Wow, this guy.
If the audio seemed a little weird, it's because I'm not used to my new microphone yet.
Here's a thing that kind of bummed me out about the show.
Okay.
I really don't get why Hadoka likes him so much. Like, there's nothing there. He doesn't even notice her unless she's holding a console at one point.
Well,
like she gets so psyched because she got a new console. She's like, "Oh, this'll get him. Maybe he'll come over to my place and want to play it with me." He's like, "Oh, that's really cute." And then she's like imagining, "I got this new thing," and she's imagining him going, "Oh man, can I come over and play?" Then she actually says, "Hey, I got this new thing. Oh, can I borrow it?"
I think more of it is, yeah, he's kind of a douche, but
he's kind of a huge douche.
But he's kind of, I think
he's completely.
And this could go with girls too. They like people who are people that are themselves. He is very himself.
Yeah, I mean that guy knows who he is, but who he is kind of a douche.
To be anybody else.
Yeah, but who he is kind of a dick.
But in its own right, I mean, like that has redeeming qualities. You know what you're getting, and this guy is clearly passionate about something.
Sure,
he clearly does care about other people.
Yeah,
it's noted that like whenever he's on the New Year's or whatever, the New Year's sale or whatever, she sees Mortal Kombat, and he gets so overwhelmed with her seeing that he rushes her. He misses out on all the sales to rush her to see the Mortal Kombat.
So that's the thing about
arcade.
That's the thing is he really enjoys sharing his shit with other people, which is cool.
Yeah.
They hammer it home a lot later on how, despite being such kind of a dink, he is very kind. He's always like trying to help other people out, like particularly these people who he shares interest with, even if it's a small interest. But I mean, the thing is he just went from being like, for me personally, he went from being like a super like jackass of a kid, this little gate guardian jerkwad who couldn't imagine any girl being anywhere near him, to a relatively decent dude who's still completely clueless, which is fine.
Yeah,
but
well, and I think a lot of it is not so much that there needs to be a reason for it, it's that there is a character. So we have Ono, who she bonds with Yaguchi over video games. They both love video games.
Yes.
And they love that they push each other. Hidaka, she likes Yaguchi. But she mostly learns the games because she wants to play with Yaguchi. Right. Not because she loves the games.
But is that not like the what's the damn movie? Like I can't remember.
There probably are
where they take like the nerdy girl and then take her glasses off and put her in a sexy dress, and all of a sudden the guy likes her. Like she's changing herself to try and get his attention,
right.
And it doesn't even work.
But it's a real world thing that people do.
Yeah, but it's shitty.
Yeah, it is shitty, but it's a real world. I mean, she's trying. I think she does genuinely gain an appreciation for the video games, but the whole purpose of her doing that was so she could get closer to somebody else.
Meh.
And I think that's kind of she's the underdog character.
I really
she's the one that you like. It's hard not to root for, but it's also still hard to root against Ono.
Like I really like her character. I just like the whole time I'm watching her, I'm just like, man, girl, you are so far down the wrong road right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Yaguchi, he's a true friend. Like his friends, he's kind of a prick, but I mean, he's a true friend. He's not gonna just shit all over them.
Sure.
But
it's fine.
Let's talk a little more about Ono. Let me tell you about this third episode, man, which
Holy
almost
moly,
had me choked
episode.
up, dude.
It didn't get me like that, but
it was working on it because Guile comes in. Ono is leaving. It's kind of a surprise. Like you don't know. There's just something wrong with her. She doesn't speak, so. It gets revealed that she's
her family,
leaving.
Yeah,
yes,
she needs to.
She's going to
LA. Yeah, she's just gone for a part of this show.
And he is so standoffish. He doesn't know how to handle things like this. He's awkward. But eventually he rushes to the airport to meet her or whatever, to give her this little ring that they had on a nice little
adventure. After being talked through it by his spirit guardian,
Guile. And man, there's one point in this series and Ono freaking cries, man, and her heart is broken.
She is bawling, because the whole thing was everybody was like supposed to get a present for her, and this little douche didn't get her anything. use the money he was supposed to use to get her something to go play video games.
He actually didn't use it for video games.
Well, he
though.
intended to before he got talked through it by his video game friends. Yes. And then he ends up using the money to go to the train station, doesn't have enough to still get her something because he's got to take the train back, but he gives her this little plastic ring, which was very cute that he got out of like a prize grabber when they were at an arcade that was Ghost Arcade.
Yeah.
Woo. But it's one of those, and he gives it to her, and she bawls. She grabs his whole. She's like jumps onto him.
That's the scene where she grabs his whole face,
his whole half of his face, like it's Play-Doh, and is pulling it. But like she first like falls into him weeping, and everybody's like, "What's going on? Oh no! Oh, the young miss!" Like everybody's freaking out, and he doesn't know how to react either. She's just freaking out and crying so hard.
And her home life, she's not really allowed to show any emotion.
Yeah, which is a huge bummer. Like her home life sucks. And then like they eventually like pull her away, and that's when she grabs his
she's like clinging on him with everything.
Oh my god.
And I thought it was a really touching scene.
It was very
because those
cute.
first couple of episodes with her, they build it up really well.
Yeah.
And they hit everything that, like, nostalgic is a good word for it. They hit these things like urban legends that you have as a kid. You go searching for something. This is a time too whenever you kids could go outside and wander around and do all sorts of other things, and parents didn't think too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I grew up in a very similar time like that, different place in the middle of Texas. But, like I had all sorts of little fun stories and stuff like that whenever I was a kid, trying to find stuff. Like to us in Texas, it was the woods, but,
wow, this freaking nerd.
But,
You're the worst.
It's a good bond of friendship between them. It's not so much that you feel like a huge love story between these two either, at least initially. It's that you can tell that it's coming, but they're building a good friendship, and they're fun. It's fun to watch them on screen together.
Yeah. Part of me was like...
So it was heartbreaking whenever she left.
Sure.
I was shot, dude.
I'm still like...
I was looking at it, I was like, she better be coming back.
Yeah. That was pretty shocking when it happened, and then she does come back, and it's great. It's a good show. I do want to see the rest of these to know where they go with it. Mm-hmm. It still kind of bums me out that she just doesn't have a voice at all. Like, and not because, like... I guess she doesn't really need to talk. Like, that's half the fun, is that she expresses herself through these emotions, or through her facial expressions and through the games themselves. But like, part of it, particularly, there's a bit where like they end up stranded, and he has to go to his job and leave her at this hotel room they ended up having to get, and like nothing happens between them.
That was the moment when Mom was MVP. Mother of the year.
She ended up like wiring some money so they could
stay in a hotel together.
Because they ended up like so far from home, and it was so late and whatnot, and nothing like happens there, which is fine.
Well,
there's still in high school.
There's a Famicom, and there is a Famicom. They do play some video games,
but like, so there ends up being a bit where like he has to leave to go to his like part-time job or whatever. He comes back, and she's like still waiting for him. It's very cute, but at the same time, it kind of has this, and this might just be me looking, it's for sure me looking way too into it, but when that happened, I was like, okay, she's like the super cutesy, like the super sweet housewife who doesn't even make sound, and she's waiting for him, literally on her knees on the bed, waiting for him to come back home. This feels weird.
I think I will confirm.
I already
that
said
you
it's
are
for
looking,
sure me.
you're-
It's for
yeah.
sure me looking too far into it, but that's what it fucking felt like, and I was like, this is weird. It's like a thing where like a lot of these shows, they'll have like that fantasy fulfillment thing where I can't believe the hottest girl is in me.
Scene is,
and also she doesn't talk or is annoying at all. Like she just slaps him around sometimes, it turns out.
I think that scene, and like her not initially leaving, is she doesn't really want to. I mean, she was gone. She was in that other city for a reason.
No. I mean, I know that's what it is, but like, because they wrote it like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what it's intended to be.
It felt weird.
You're adding an extra agenda to it.
It felt weird. It felt weird to me.
Fake news.
It felt weird to me, sir, is what I'm saying. It's my opinion. No.
Overall, though, dude,
it was fine. It was a really cute show, and I do want to see the rest of it.
And I'm super stoked for the rest of it to come out.
Sorry, what? Sorry, someone's in my ear. Roger, we have some anime news.
I just clapped right now. I thought you were taking a phone call.
You suck.
Well, if good buddies, if you want a secret, whenever we need to cut a spot, we do a big clap, so we have a giant spike there.
I try so hard to like give us a good segue, and you fuck it up.
Confused.
I don't even have my headphone in my ear, you dink.
I was confused. I never look like, hey, this is Brandon.
I'm actually gonna cut this out. Cut this out for real.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Do the noise.
We'll see what happens.
Do the noise. Anime news. You fucking dink. I hate you so much.
Kidding.
I hate you so much. You had a story. I got one. You had some stories.
I do have a couple of stories here. Nothing too crazy this week. But a new anime for this season. And I actually did watch the first episode of it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Rising the Shield Heroes dub got delayed.
Boo.
So it was supposed to come out Saturday, I think. So tomorrow, or maybe I think it's tomorrow. But it got delayed. We're not getting a dub at least until they announce anything. From what I've seen so far, they have not announced anything.
That show just started like the regular, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
You can watch the sub of it. That actually came out a little early. The first episode is like 45 minutes long, and my God, is it a ride?
Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But delayed till further notice. I'll give another one since you've only got one. This one's also very short. Baki Part 2. We already heard me talk about Baki before. Oh
my freaking God.
And the ridiculous nature of the Baki on Netflix. I loved the original first two seasons. This third one was, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But it's one of those things where I can't look away now.
You definitely
I got this far. I'm watching it. I'm watching the rest. But it comes outside of Japan on March 19th. So be looking for that. If anybody, I saw people. I'm on this anime thread, and people were talking about like they're voting their anime of the years or whatever, and people were putting Baki on there.
You know what it was, Roger. You know where you couldn't look away. It's that freaking dick, bro.
It was that dick, dude. That big old dick and that deadly gas.
That's terrible. You're the worst.
God, dude.
All right, I got one quick story.
Yeah, some people were putting that on their list of like,
I haven't seen
that's
it,
a stretch there.
I withhold judgment, but you having seen it, I don't know. I got one quick story here. It has been announced that the Cells at Work manga is getting a spin-off. Manga. The Sweet Mangers. Is getting a spinoff, which is going to focus on mostly the character of Killer T-Cell, who is a big character in the show, real hard-ass, real tough guy, running around and fucking up germs, beat him up, yeah, get out of here. One of those.
Germs.
But yeah, if you haven't seen Cells at Work, super cute show, was on my top 5 of the year. Really great. I loved it. And this is getting a spinoff. Maybe that'll get made in anime. Maybe there'll be more of it. I don't know. But I really enjoyed that show, and anything that has to do with it, I'm into. So that's getting a little spinoff, and maybe we'll hear more about it, and maybe it'll be really good. And who knows?
Pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool.
Yeah, any more news?
I need to watch it. I do have one more. This one kind of slipped by me a little bit.
Oh no.
It slipped by both of us. But here we go. We have Made in Abyss sequel film. So we have the two films that are recaps. The next iteration of the series is going to be a sequel film.
Sick.
Which I guess makes sense. And this was brought forward to me by our good buddy Joshua over on some. We were commenting back and forth on the YouTube videos, and he was the one that brought it up to me. So shout out to him. But yes, there was a poster recently released. It is very purple. It is very pretty, as you would expect with Made in Abyss. And there is just the only character you see is Bondrude.
Oh boy!
And we do get the name. The official title for the film is Made in Abyss: Dawn of the Deep Soul.
Sounds hot.
So we got Dawn of the Deep Soul, and we know that Bondrude is coming.
Yeah.
That maniacal bastard.
That's some.
I hate it. Damn you, Bondrude.
Yeah, you really did scream "Damn you, Bondrude" several times when we were.
You gotta shake that fist, dude.
Oh
you
my
gotta
God.
clench it and you gotta shake it.
Well, that's about it for anime news. Roger, there's a question burning in my heart I must know the answer to.
What's that?
What have you been watching, bro?
Dude, so I started, and I said this a little second ago whenever I was going through the news, I started Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yeah, I heard this was very good. It's people are looking forward to it.
So it's an isekai anime.
Sure.
It's that, out of world, that Sword Art Online shit that they keep doing. And I kind of mentioned this with a little bit. I touched on it.
So are you saying that isekai anime has gone too far?
I'm not saying that.
All right.
I touched on this with High Score Girl. Like there are similarities, but it's what you do different that sets it apart from everything else.
Sure.
And a lot of isekai anime, it seems like, according to people, it's not setting itself apart. This one, however, set itself real far apart.
Oh, yeah?
It came in very typical. I was very like, why are people talking about this? And then by the end of it, I was like, my God, what's going to happen next?
Oh, no. That good, huh?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's awesome. And just in case you want to watch it, I won't go too spoilery.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to check it out. Don't get too. No, tell me about
it. And if you watch it by next week, we can talk about it a little more.
Tell me about it. But
it is a 45-minute episode, and it goes places.
How many places?
It goes quite a few places. These guys all come in. They're every one of these heroes are 4 heroes, and it's like the 4 heroes alike from Final Fantasy or something.
Yeah, there's like a sword guy.
There's a sword.
This guy,
a bow.
The one in question we're talking about is the shield guy, right?
Yeah, this guy's a shield hero. He doesn't want to be a shield hero, and everyone's
He's Captain
like,
America.
They're like shields are for noobs.
Captain America.
Yeah,
he's Goofy from Kingdom Hearts.
And everybody's kind of like, even the king, like whenever they call him in as a hero, kind of poops on him a little bit for being the shield hero. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to join up with him because he's the shield hero. But ultimately, he does get a little more because nobody really wants to join him, and he doesn't have any attack power.
Yeah.
How can you be a hero if you don't have any attack power?
Shield bash.
And none of the...
You gotta do what Goofy does.
None of the characters can stick together. Any of the 4 heroes, their weapons don't work well together, so they have to split up and start their own little groups.
Right.
So Homeboy, something happens to him. A lot of stuff happens to him, and maybe if you watch this soon, we'll talk about it a little more next week. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, but I'll
probably watch him again.
Stuff happens, and then by the end of the episode, he's buying a slave.
What?
So,
all right, Roger.
Also, she has fox ears.
I'm immediately out. I'm so out. I'm so hard out.
I promise you, you're not out, dude. I promise you, you're not. But that's how the episode ends. You're like, whoa. Now, clearly, you get a little stinger at the very beginning of him with the slave, and it's like
not a stinger if it's at the beginning, Roger. Duh.
Well, wait, what? It's not a stinger if it's on the beginning?
Yeah, that's why it goes at the end. It's a point.
Pre-stinger.
You suck.
It's like pre-cum, but with a stinger.
Jesus Christ! Cut that! Cut that!
No, sir.
Oh my God! This is why, I gotta start editing these because you're just gonna leave that in.
If you want to do it, you do it.
Worst.
I'll let you do it. But it's very good, dude, and it really does take the isekai thing to maybe not so much a new direction, but a new good story. This is it feels fresh. Whole lot of stuff happens to this guy, and halfway through you're like, this poor bastard. And nobody loves him. He is not loved, and it goes places, dude. It goes places. Don't think too heavily on the slave part, because I don't think that it's going to be let in like she's not going to be a slave to him.
So he's one of those good slave masters.
I don't think he's a slave master. I think
you just said he buys a person.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
But
I'll check it out. I'll see.
He's let in by this guy who is obviously shady, who obviously doesn't care about any of these creatures or these people in here. But there is a reason.
Sorry, the next 2 minutes will be Roger justifying slavery. Go.
It's not me justifying slavery. You son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You dirty turdy. He doesn't have anybody. Okay. That's all there is to it. He doesn't have anybody.
So he has to buy someone. No, that makes it right. You're good.
No.
I haven't seen it. Obviously, none of what I'm saying means anything because I haven't seen it yet. Blah, blah, blah.
Liberal agendas.
You son of a bitch. You filthy bastard. You're a fucking vegetarian. Don't start with me on that shit. You're the real dude, Daniel Bryan. Dick.
Oh, man. I definitely want to talk more about it. And if you haven't watched more by next week, I'll talk some more about it.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
And then I finished Watakoi.
Oh, nice, dude. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
It's super cute.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. It ended very abruptly.
It did indeed, which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. Oh, this is it. Now there is more coming.
Okay, but it didn't leave you on a giant cliffhanger like fucking High School Girl did.
No, because it leaves you on just a very well, it's the end of the day sort of feel.
Yeah, I do want more with particularly with dude's little brother. That dude's adorable.
I love him. And they were building the character with his new friend, and then it just kind of
fizzled out.
Man, what the hell?
Yeah,
I was kind of bummed, but there is more coming.
Yes. Very cute show. I will
say that I don't particularly care for the animation style on that show.
You don't?
It's too angular.
It is very angular.
I didn't hate it. It's very watchable. It's
very
just
crisp.
Yeah, but it's very like them noses. They're 1995 pointy, dude.
Oh no, they're like original Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. God, man, I'm trying to think of a good original Tenchi Muyo, dude. They got
Oh no.
But it was good, dude.
Tenchi.
I thought it was a pretty adorable anime, and I liked all the characters.
Yeah, it's super cute. I liked it.
But yeah, that's what I watched this week, other than going through High School Girl a second time.
Yeah.
What have you been watching, big guy?
Well, apart from High School Girl, which we've talked about, let's get this one out of the way. I finished Rascal.
Mm-hmm.
You probably bump it a point or two.
It
was fine. It was decent. Yeah.
Okay. I will take it again. You gave it a 5.5. So if you went to a 7 on it, I would be pretty happy.
It's at least a 7. Yeah, it was good. I will say this though.
Are you saying that you would recommend this to people?
Yeah, I would. I in fact have. Even when I said it was a 5.5, that's a, what did I say? And a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I did the next day at work. I was talking to people about it. Hey, you should check this out, man. It's pretty decent.
That's good, man. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah. I think it is a good show.
We had some good buddies coming on in the comments on YouTube or whatever. This would be a lot more helpful if both of you guys have finished it. And I was like, hey, listen, I really appreciate the comment and the criticism. And for any good buddies that are listening, keep it coming. I like it, and I will never shit on you for it. But I did explain, hey, so this one was during Christmas week.
Yeah,
this is already a very hard week and we have a very small window of time to record. But I would like to point out again, and maybe we'll do this further in some more reviews, that our reviews are upon a recommendation, not the series itself so much.
Yeah.
One feeds into the other or vice versa. But,
hey, man, you don't got to defend it, nothing. I'm just trying to build that heat. I want to be the villain of the show.
Brandon wants me to...
Hate me.
I mean...
Hey, I'm the new good buddy, Brandon.
I feel like I'm pretty generous with anime. So, because I love it a ton. And I know you do, too. But, I've been watching it for fucking years, and I've seen a lot of turds out there, so if something is remotely gonna this is great.
Yeah. My dude. The other thing I watched that didn't even watch it this week because it's been done a couple weeks, and I'm gonna not talk about it too much because we just said we are gonna talk about it next week. But I did want to talk a little bit about Bloom Into You because that's a show that I really, really got into and I really enjoyed, and I thought it was super cute and great. So I'm not going to get super heavy into it. I'm not going to talk about how this show takes and not only pays homage to, even as it deconstructs the shoujo and class X roots that it has, because there's a lot of folks on YouTube that are way more able and qualified to talk about that shit because I'm just not good at it. What I do want to talk about is the stuff I liked about it, which... it is quite simply just this romance, this shoujo story about these two girls. And the thing that I really like about it is how it's not just like a lot of these shows. It's well, they like each other, but they don't know how to say it. Or this person's chasing that person. Maybe they like them, maybe they don't, blah, blah, blah. You find out that kind of stuff. It's very much because the whole thing is predicated on this girl, Yu Koito. Is her name, who just doesn't feel love. She loved her some romance stories and songs and the mangas and whatnot. She loved all that stuff, and she always thought she was gonna fall in love and it'll be great. And when someone finally does confess to her, basically nothing. She feels nothing, which you told me was an AFI song.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, this sounds like an AFI song. I guess I forgot I made the joke.
You did make the joke before.
I feel nothing at all.
And then she meets like this older girl.
Can you tell me how it feels? I feel nothing at all.
This is what we're doing now?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Little baby Havoc, Roger Havoc over here.
She meets this older girl.
That was the lamest thing I've ever said, dude.
worst.
Sound like I'm wearing Jinkos right now or something. Jesus Christ, help me out.
You do have some really big pant legs, bud.
Sir, I have the tightest pants in the land, okay?
And you still don't pull them up enough,
And I am
man.
notorious for my ass showing and my pants being tiny.
I did see your whole butt earlier tonight.
And you liked it.
I didn't.
You liked it, dude.
Can I talk about my thing now?
This is, hey, man. I just watched Watakoi, and I want to know, dude, between us, who would be the top and who would be the bottom?
I'm not having this conversation with you.
I would be the top.
I'm not having this conversation with you.
Oh, this is good.
The worst.
I could cut the air with a knife. I could cut Brandon's gaze with a knife. Continue on, good sir.
I will. Thank you. I have your permission. Thanks.
You do have my permission.
Fucking douche. All right. You know what? I gave you a lot of shit the last couple weeks. That's fair. Fair's fair. Fair's fair. Fair's fair. All right. Anyway, it's about this girl. This first year in high school. She has trouble experiencing these strong feelings of love and whatnot.
She feels nothing at all.
Indeed. She ends up meeting this older girl named Toko Nanami, who is, senpai, second year, whatever, who she's like, oh, he's big on the class, what do you call it? The school representative, whatever. What's it called?
Class rep?
Class rep. She's a big class rep. All that cool shit. They do the student council and all that thing.
Oh, okay.
She's running shit, basically. And she's very taken with like, oh, she's so cool. And she has a conversation with her where she tells her basically the same thing. She always, she's been confessed to several times and never felt anything. So that first episode, I talked about it before. It ends with, Nanami, the older girl, talking to you, the younger girl, and, explain, like telling her, look, you just got to tell this guy how you feel because she was confessed to at the end of, junior high or middle school or whatever, and has just basically left this dude hanging over the year, and she really feels like she needs to talk to him. She talks her through it. She calls him up, and they have this conversation. It all goes well, and it's like, okay, cool, like awesome. We're not gonna date, great. And then it ends with her with Nanami in that moment realizing that she has fallen in love with you, the younger girl. Mm-hmm. The older girl's the one who's somehow fallen in love so quickly, and et cetera, et cetera. And it goes from there. The thing about this show that really gets me is like how they portray this romance, because it's not just that they like each other, because you still doesn't feel anything. At times, this relationship is very awkward with them being unable to explain how they feel to each other. It is at times unfair with Nanami, the older girl, saying, look, okay, I get you don't like me, but I like you. So can we just like hang out, hold hands, that kind of thing? It's cool, right? It's cool. Like, well, not really. That's very unhealthy. But also they're fucking kids, and that's the shit that goes down. It's not healthy when it starts like that. Not unlike with High School Girl, the shit is like not particularly cool. Some of the stuff that like goes down between them, like how they interact with each other. But like you're growing and you're learning, and you ain't done this shit before. You ain't never felt nothing before.
Yeah, humans aren't perfect.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. The thing that really gets me about this is that it is there are several moments. Those moments in the show when they are alone together are fucking heavy. Like the weight of these two people, and they portray it really good. Like it was very easy for me to get invested in it because they really did it very well. How they're right there. They're so close. The tension between them, which is undeniably sexual tension between these two characters, is, as you just said, thick enough to cut with a knife. But it does all that without necessarily sexualizing the characters. Because most of these shows, when I watch them, it's like, okay, like even like the romance subplots and some stuff like Gridman, they still throw them girls in the bikinis and you get a lot of butt shots.
Hell yeah.
It's stuff like that. Like whereas this one, there's like partway through, there's a scene where they're like in like a hot spring or whatever.
Hell
Not even a hot spring. It's just like a bath.
Hell
like
yeah.
one of those big communal bath things. And it's done like without a lot of that. Like they still have, like it's all internal. Like they're thinking like this and that, but like nothing really comes of it with that they can, that you can speak of.
Okay.
But like it's really interesting to me how like they keep them, they're always like fully clothed or whatever for the most part, and yet they're able to make such a heavy tension between them. I really liked it, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a show that I was super
check it
duper
out.
into.
I can't wait to talk a little more about it.
Yeah. And like it gets, particularly toward the end of it, it gets like really wild. There's one character in particular, one of Nanami's friends named Sayaka Sayake. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sayake, I think. Who's like ends up being this unintentional third wheel because she also has feelings for Nanami, but can't tell her how she feels about it. And then she like kind of realizes something's going on with these girls, and et cetera, et cetera. There's another character in the show who's basically me, who is just a dude who's on the student council, a younger guy, and he knows something's up with them, and he's just like, he's just sitting there with his popcorn. Love me a good love story. Like that's his whole character. Is just like, oh, how's this gonna go? Like, and he's like super chill, but also like, dude. But yeah, I'm super into the show. I really loved it a lot. If you watch one of those like YouTube videos talking about where like someone really breaks down like all the stuff that goes into this show and how, like I said, it takes these roots of these like old school like shoujo and yuri and class S like things and not only pays homage to but flips them on their heads. It's really interesting how much they did with this, and the comparisons I've seen like to the manga are really intense too, because the manga was known to be like these really great shots where like they really play with like what you can and can't see in the framework and stuff. Like that first episode, the end of it, for example, when she's on the phone and she's holding hands with the older girl, you don't ever see the older girl, you just see the younger girl. You see her hand in the shot maybe, and like the whole time she's on the phone, she's talking, she's getting through this, very difficult thing for her, and she's finally done, and then she's like, wait, why am I shaking? Wait, I'm not shaking. And she realizes like it's the person who's holding her hands who's shaking. And when it turns and you finally do see her, she like has this look like, holy shit, like she just realized she's in love. Like this, the heavy blushing, and like her eyes are quivering, her lips are quivering and shit. The way that they use like first person in this thing, which some people have actually said is kind of weird, but I really enjoyed it, where like you see what they're seeing from their point of view, the way that it's shot, the way they zoom in on like this or that part of them, like this person's just talking, it's just zoomed in on their lips. It's very cinematic. It's very great. It's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna shut up now because I'm rambling, even though this is the ramble.
Yeah.
Point is,
okay,
it's
dude.
fucking, I really enjoyed it. I probably should have put it on my top 5 of the year. I didn't, because I put it on a bunch of other lists, like where I was talking about like how it was one of the best songs of the year, and I was like, I don't want to go too far in on this one, but it's really good shit, and I love it, and we're going to talk about it next week.
Man,
apparently.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, I think I was telling Roger before this might, just because I'm so crazy into it, this might be the year, this might be the one that like is the reversal of our Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny senpai.
We'll see, man.
Where like I'm super crazy for it.
Hey,
and
don't
Roger's
count
like,
me out for being a sucker for some anime, dude.
All right, we'll find out.
But yeah, did you watch anything else? That it?
That was pretty much it. I do plan on watching a few things. We just talked about Shield Hero.
I did watch...
I also put what into my watch queue, the slime thing.
Oh, nice.
The time I got reincarnated, so I plan on watching that.
Yeah, nice. I did watch one other thing that I forgot to mention. I'm not going to get into it very heavily.
Tell me.
If the good buddies want to know what I thought, if they watched it, then, like, let me know in a comment, and I'll talk about it. I watched the Kakaguri on Netflix.
The gambling thing?
Yes.
That one's getting to season 2. Like
that's kind of why I watched it, was because it was getting the season 2.
Okay, that one looked really weird to me. Please, go ahead and talk about it. I want to hear about this.
Okay, so, man.
What's up with those mouths?
The animation is wild, dude.
Yeah.
The character design
the trailer freaked me
wild. Oh, man, dude. Like, I don't know how to... There's, like, almost no substance there.
Really?
It's like, you get straight into it. I would...
You tell me it's all Flash?
I compare it to... Well, no, it's not all Flash. There
it's
are
all
things
sizzle,
that
no
are
steak.
happening. There's no character development, almost at all.
Okay.
Almost at all. There's one character who is like maybe your second most main character, and you don't even see him half the time. And it's
just like a voice, or what?
Every episode is him going through a new gamble or something like that. It's like a tournament anime almost, though, with this gambling and this hierarchy they have set up in this school, which is very demented. And the gambling, the way they, I mean, dude, These girls, a lot of it is girls, dude, and they're like gambling and they're like getting off, like touching themselves as they gamble. It is wild.
Would you?
Dude.
So again, I haven't seen this show or the show I'm going to make reference to, but would you say it's like Food Wars with dice?
I would say that Food Wars probably has a lot more development in characters. And
but
stuff.
like in the way that like, so what I've heard is like they eat the tasty food and they go, like they freak out.
They have like an orgasm from the food.
Is it like one of those?
No, not
I'm
really.
spinning the roulette wheel and I'm just nutting.
It's. I mean, I can see where like the orgasm is in common.
Okay.
But the way they get there is not.
Okay. Not cool.
And it's not that I particularly didn't think that it was.
You know what I'm really into right now, Roger, is butt gambling.
Oh yeah.
You bet your ass.
Yeah, you bet your ass. I will watch the second season though. I mean, it had me. I was caught up enough to. Some of the games were fun. Some of them were really confusing. The characters. I mean, it sets off from the start as fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it is nuts.
Like just that trailer really freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
But I would say that it's worth a watch. And if anybody wants me to go deeper into it and what I thought about certain things, I will. However,
I want you to.
Okay, well, we'll do it later, dude.
Okay.
Because we're going on for a while here.
Yeah, I talked a lot about it.
No, and I talked a lot too, trying to vaguely describe Rising the Shield Hero.
How great was that? You bet your ass joke.
It was really good, dude. Let me tell you, dude. We have a question to answer.
Oh boy, we got a question.
Now this was sent in. I've been talking to Q on the emails.
Hey,
and
my homie Q.
He did send this question, and I figured we'll just go ahead and answer it now as opposed to just emailing him back.
Sure, man.
We were talking about the new season of anime, and he said, speaking of the new anime season coming up, are there any shows that you were excited for or already watching?
So I haven't watched it yet, but you talked about Rise of Shield Hero. I heard that's supposed to be really good. I haven't watched Slime yet, but I know that's continuing.
Yeah, it's continuing right now. Yeah,
I got to check that out.
Second half is going up.
One Punch is coming this year.
Yep.
One Punch.
Is that? I don't know if that's this season though.
I don't know if it's coming this year,
but
it's definitely coming this year.
It is something I'm looking for.
I'm psyched.
There are a lot of things that I'm looking forward to.
That's probably like the only thing that I know for sure is coming out this year that I'm like, yeah, because I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
There are a couple, and maybe this will be something that you'll be in. I obviously
read me some off.
I obviously have Rising the Shield Hero on there. That anime caught me, and it caught me hard, and I liked it a lot.
Tell me about it.
Crunchyroll is putting more and more stuff up too that I'm finding that I'm curious. I have a bunch of stuff queued, and I will let you guys know in the future what I thought about some of it as it goes.
Yeah.
But I'm most excited for 3. Rising the Shield Hero. There's also Promised Neverland. I am freaking stoked, and I think it's on High Dive, it's on Crunchyroll, and I believe it's on Funimation.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Shonen Jump anime. It's 12 episodes, and it looks nuts, dude. I don't know a whole ton about it, but it looks really good, and it's Shonen Jump, and people are hyped about it, so it's got me hyped. I want to watch the first episode, which I have in my queue, and I'll probably watch tonight, and then I'll have more to talk about it later. But overall, everything that I've seen, it looks great.
Oh yeah.
And Shonen Jump, usually they go they go all out for them Shonen Jump animes, because I mean it's the same people that bring you Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, stuff like that. This is not looking like it's going to be that long. It's like 12 episodes, but
yeah, dude.
MHA as well. I believe it's Shonen Jump, yeah. And then the other one that I'm looking forward to is My Roommate is a Cat.
What?
Yep. My Roommate is a Cat. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your good buddy watches a lot of anime, and he can't do anything without his damn kittens being right there. I don't decide it, she decides it.
You fucking nerd.
So apparently there's this cat that's kind of abused and tossed out by people.
Aww.
It's a stray, and this guy is kind of a loner himself.
Oh man.
Him and the cat somehow their paths intertwine.
And the cat turns into a person.
No, the cat does not turn into a person. It's just a story of this guy and this cat that comes to live with him.
And he fucks the person cat.
I sure hope that doesn't happen. The graphic for it is very cute.
Okay.
It's a guy and his cat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all I need, baby. I mean,
It's not a boy and his dog. It's a guy and his cat.
you know how much I love them animals.
You love them animals.
And I am a sucker for animals, dude.
Love a kitty. Love a sweet little kitty.
God, for a good
love it, itty bitty kitty.
Little like great animal story. Mm-hmm. A Homeward Bound story.
Classic.
I'm a sucker for that shit, dude.
What about Homeward Bound 2, the Lost in San Francisco?
I'm a sucker for it, dude. Those movies.
I really hope I got that title right.
But I saw it. I was like, this looks right up my alley. And I kind of like I talked about Barack a while back.
Barack Obama?
And essentially Barack is what it's called.
Barack Obama?
Barack Obama. The guy's an artist.
That's still in my watch list.
He's a loner to an island because a thing happens. And the show revolves around him and this little delinquent small child that just keeps wandering into his house. And
it's still in my watch list. I haven't watched it. I really got to check that out.
The hijinks ensue from there. So I think my roommate's cat looks kind of cute. And if it's really bad, I'll let you guys know. I'm expecting a fun, light little anime with this. Something perfect for me, especially, at the beginning of the year.
Sounds fun.
We're going to start it in, fun.
There's one more that I looked at on my phone because I was like, what else is coming up? And I remembered, oh shit, we just got done with Gridman. Ultraman's coming, baby.
Oh, yeah, it sure is, isn't it?
It's like fucking April Fool's Day, I think.
Oh, I'm pumped about that, dude. Mm-hmm.
The Ultra Series.
Ultra Series. Dude, we played this week on the Let's Play, the Super Nintendo Ultraman game. I played
For real?
it. Yeah.
That sounds rad.
I played it. We got into three enemies in or whatever, 3 bosses.
Nice, dude.
And then I got my sorry ass whooped.
Sounds about right.
I hadn't played in a long time.
Sounds like something you do.
Yeah, man. God, I love playing me some video games. No wonder high school girls spoke to me so much.
Yeah, you're a giant dork. I mean, I love you.
Thanks.
You big old nerd.
Thanks, man. But I think that's it for the episode. For the Ramble.
I think it is too, because I feel like we went a little over.
That's okay, dude.
Mostly me. All right.
Sorry. No, I went over a good bit too.
Well, let's talk about let's hit those plugs, yeah?
Yep, let's plug them.
So, as we said before, if you want to send us any questions, like our good buddy Q, thanks for that sweet ass question.
Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate the emails and any of the good buddies that send us a comment or whatever, and we can talk back and forth anywhere. We really appreciate that. It's awesome hearing from you guys. Even if it's critiques.
Yeah, man.
Like I appreciate that people are going out of their way to say, "Hey, I didn't like this." That way, it gives us opportunity to fix stuff. So
I love feeling that heat.
Yeah, Brandon over here, he ain't gonna be fixing it. It's gonna be me fixing it. You let me know, good buddies, because it's gonna be me fixing it.
I thrive off your negativity. Feed me more.
Oh God, we got Bryback over here.
That's the fusion, right? The new Bryback.
Let's get out of here before you start making feed me jokes, like you did that whole 3 months when.
Hey, what if Ryback?
No.
What if Ryback really liked?
So we got petty theft. He's a good guy.
All right.
Married with Seamonsters. They got good music.
We get one because nobody knows what we're talking about. We got to get one because nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, Brandon.
What if your favorite wrestler, Ryback, what if he really liked magazines with nude people in them?
I don't know.
He was like, feed me porn.
I hate it.
What if Ryback really liked I can't think of any more. The joke is he says feed me more and you say something that rhymes with that. All right, let's go. If you want to hit us up, questions, comments,
thank you.
Love you, Roger. If you want to hit us up with questions, comments, recommendations, anything like that, as always, we have the Good Buddies animepod@gmail.com. You can hit us up there for the email. We also have the Good Buddies Universe on Facebook. That's the Facebook group. Hit us up, join up, see what's up. There's a lot of ups. We also have the Twitter, TGB_anime pod, the Tumblr, although Tumblr is dying, thegoodbuddies.tumblr.com. And of course, you may be, listening to this wherever you are, be it Apple Podcast, iTunes. You got your Podbean, you got your Stitcher, you got your Podcast Addict, which I use. You can leave us a comment, rating, and a question on there. Pretty much anywhere you can type at us, we will find it, and we will, probably hit you up.
Sometimes, if the
talk about it.
Hugh emailed us and I just overlooked it, I guess. I don't know how I did, but I guess it just wasn't highlighted enough for me to see. But I was out a little bit of time on it. But it was, we've been in the holidays. But I will see it eventually. It's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get back to you.
You also may or may not be watching / listening to this on YouTube, which is Rapid Kick Media on there as well. And pretty much any of those places, like we said, like it, comment, subscribe, hit us up. And as I always say, all those things do have different names. You're going to make it. Be okay. Beyond that, I do want to give a shout out to our good buddies Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes, for the use of our opening theme song, Paperdoll.
Yeah.
They are on Spotify, unlike us, but that song, as well as so many others, are only available on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. Hit it up, check it out. It is the hotness. We also want to give a shout out to our good buddy Petty Theft. That is how you pronounce it. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft. Which you can find on SoundCloud and on Twitter at Petty Theft. And I think that's about it. Rod, you taking us out? Who's taking us out?
I'll take us out.
Is it gonna be the Beep Boop Kitten thing?
Yes. How do you know?
Well, from all of us here at the Good Buddies Universe, I'm your good buddy Brandon.
And I am your good buddy Roger. Do kittens. Do kittens. The worst. You're the worst.